Hi, I'm Ollennu, and I'm a DWI and criminal defense attorney practicing in the Collin County, Texas, and surrounding areas. Sometimes it's hard to know what to do when the police are at your door. Today, I'd like to discuss that with you. The police are at the door. Do I have to let them in? I'd like to discuss that with you guys today. The police are knocking at your door. Do you know what to do? Well, the answer depends on whether the officers have a warrant. So before you open the door, ask, do you have a warrant? If the officers have a warrant, you cannot refuse them entry or prohibit them from searching. You can take the following steps to protect your rights and ensure that the process of executing the warrant goes as smoothly as possible. First, ask for a copy of the warrant. When you get a copy, make sure to read it carefully. Does the warrant accurately describe the date, time, and place of the search? Is that warrant signed by a judge, and can you clearly see what the judge's name is on that warrant? Second, ask for a copy of the probable cause affidavit. This is a sworn statement of the officers that they present to the judge in order to obtain the warrant. Next, you want to ask for a business card from the lead officer conducting the search. If more than one law enforcement agency is involved, get a card from each agency leader. For example, if the DEA and the police department come to your house, you should ask for a card from both agencies. Next, you want to determine the what and the why of the search. Ask the officer in charge the reason for the search, its objective, and how long they believe it will take. Then, say as little as possible. Your attorney will thank you. Once you have made these preliminary inquiries, stop talking and stay out of the way. Make sure not to interfere with the officers. The sooner they finish their work, the sooner they are gone. Finally, and perhaps more importantly, call your criminal defense attorney at the first opportunity. Now, what if the officers at the door do not have a search warrant? If the officers at the door do not have a warrant, they are not stopping by for a friendly chat. Sorry to let you know that. They are investigating criminal activity or have a suspicion of criminal activity using a technique called knock and talk. The goal of this technique is to get you to open the door so that the officers can look over your shoulder for evidence of illegal activities in plain view. Or even better, obtain your permission to come inside for a chat and look around. Both of these scenarios allow the officers to conduct a lawful search and/or seizure without obtaining a warrant. So, how should you respond to the knock at the door when the police officers do not have a warrant? You do not have to open the door, but if you choose to, follow these guidelines to assert and protect your constitutional rights. Step outside and close the door behind you. Next, tell the officers, I have done nothing wrong and I would like to help you, but I will not answer any questions or consent to a search without a lawyer present. Then, once you have made this statement, stop talking. Do not answer any questions, do not consent to the officers entering your home, and do not consent to a search of any kind. That includes your person, the home, and any vehicles outside the home. Then go back inside, close the door behind you, and call your criminal defense attorney. If you are not able to turn the officers away, because this is a very hard thing to do, you still have the right to limit the scope of the officer's movement and activity inside your home. You can tell the officers, for example, you're welcome to come in, but we're going to talk here in the hall. You may not come any further. If the officer asks your permission to do anything, look around upstairs, or take a look in your backpack, or take a look in the jacket sitting on the coat hanger, you have the right to say no. Please be sure to exercise that right. A police encounter is very unnerving, and regardless of why or when the officers knock at your door, the best way to handle this situation, whether the officers have a warrant or not, is to A, politely but firmly assert your constitutional rights, and B, reach out to a criminal defense lawyer at the first opportunity. You must be respectful and should be respectful, but remember, being respectful and being honest do not include snitching on yourself and losing your rights because you made a confession or gave the officers additional grounds to search your home or your person. We are here to help you. So please reach out to us 24/7 at 469-620-0333.